If you've just joined us, welcome to it. This is DSTV's 802. If not, 6 to 8 on OpenView HD. We are available on the SABC Plus app. Look at simple letters failing me at this hour. SABC Plus app is where you want to head over to. Simply head over to the radio section, scroll to look for Channel Africa. Voila, done and dusted. You are listening to the station that brings you that African perspective. And then we're also live on YouTube. So the audio visual feed, meaning not only do you hear us, but you see us. You see the studio, you see some of our guests, and it's an absolute fab time that we have together. I have an hour and 24 minutes with you, and we're about to get into our very first conversation. Now, in an era where romance has gone digital, finding love online can feel like scrolling through a maze, thrilling, unpredictable, and sometimes downright exhausting. Yet for Nontle Somdaka, a 49-year-old Woolworths store manager and proud Eastern Cape native, the digital maze became a journey of lessons of laughter and of self-discovery. As a mother, a professional, and a woman navigating modern-day dating and cultures around that, she's seen firsthand how technology reshapes relationships and the red flags that come with waving strides of conversation. Today, we dive into her stories, the highs, the heartbreaks, and the wisdom she's gained from loving and learning online. Nontle, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to African Diaries.
Evening. Thank you, Sheila, and thank you to your listeners. I am honored to be part of your guest today.
Fantastic. Mom Nontle, let's start off with the beginning. Yeah. What pushed us to online dating? What was that turning point where you're like, you know what? I too am going to step into this digital age of dating online.
Okay, so maybe let me first start saying this. It's difficult to get approached at the mall or in the robots because when they look at you, they think you are someone's person. So then you then say, I am lonely, I need a partner, and I need to take the first step. And the first step will be then, you can't be standing in the mall, and now you need to understand the age also is not in my favor. I've just turned 49 on Sunday, right? So if I then don't take a step, no one will know how I feel, how lonely I am. I've got everything that I'm looking for in life, but I don't have a partner. With that being said, online dating helps because you can pick and choose. I give you my number, you know, so I've gone to few different online dating platforms, but I must say this one, I was once with it few years ago and I left it, and for some odd reasons, after I realized that these other three ones, they were full of scams, and they were full of red flags. When, like when I tell someone that I find a partner from online dating, they're like, no, I'm going to register on this one. I'm like, no, you can't go there. They're like, why? Because everybody is what you're looking for, but they are really not what you're looking for. They portray to be what you are looking for. For instance, so for me, my relationship comes with green flags. Right now, currently, I don't have red flags. Mine has got all the green flags. But on the previous one, where I thought, oh, wow, I got what I'm looking for. He stays in the right place. He's promising his looks and everything. Then you request, so they're too fast to ask for your number. And you give them the number because eventually you are the driver. I can pick up your call or I cannot pick up your call. You can send me countless messages. If I don't want to respond to them, I will not respond to them. And I could go on and tell you that, look, you are not what I'm looking for. And I am wrong, but let's not continue this. So if then I give you my number and I say to you, Okay, so I'll call you on a video call. Are you comfortable? Then they start saying, oh no, my camera is broken. My phone has gone for repairs. You can't do video call. You must just know that you're talking to someone next door who is not what they say they are. You move on. Like you try and not go in with your feelings there until you're comfortable enough that if you request a video call, it shouldn't be a question of, oh no, it should be, okay, give me 5 minutes. And some, they even go as far as, okay, no, we'll do the video call. They give you, so AI is so advanced, and you could see that you're not talking to the person. Their lips are not moving, but they're talking to you.
How?
I promise you. I promise you.
Hey.
They are talking to you, but the lips, there's a delay reaction, or the lips are not moving as he's talking. So you need to pay attention, because you're coming with your heart here with the hope that you're finding what you're looking for. And I think a few years back, I was still excited thinking, oh, wow, this is the best. Until I realized that, oh, no, this was a scam. So this guy says to me, no, I want to buy you, or I bought you things. So they'll start asking you all these enticing questions. What size are you wearing? What do you like? What's your perfume? What's this? What's this? And you give the information because you're thinking, oh, wow, I just find someone who's going to get me these things. And at that time, it's not even about the blesser, situation, because I know that I've passed that stage of finding a blesser and
Yeah.
until this guy says to me, oh no, your parcel, it's at customs, they want you to pay this. I'm like, but you said to send me money there, so surely you can then pay back. But at that time, I was ready trying to look for money until my cousin said, no, 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 no. Ask him to pay, and you will pay back with whatever he's sending to you. Why would he send you money on a parcel instead of a bank account?
Hey.
Wake up. And then from there, it started to, then like I started to realize, oh no, there was a scam, But so the one that I have now, so let me brag about the one that I have. So,
Mom Nontle, before we go to the person you're with now, let's just highlight a few of the things that you're saying, because I do think that somebody who is listening at this very stage is thinking to themselves, I perhaps want to try online. I don't know whether I should be doing X, Y, or Z. And so before we tell them about the glory story, let's get into
okay.
the nitty gritties of what could potentially go wrong. Now, you were talking about scamming, right? And
Yeah.
how individuals try to extract money from you in some form of shape, entice you, have you thinking that you're getting a gift, a parcel, or something. But you just need to pay a little bit of this money so that they can fully send through what it is you need to get. And that's one way of doing it. What I
Yeah.
want to talk about the emotional place, the emotional context, because sometimes it's not people who are trying to extort money from you. Sometimes it's just people who are trying to mess with you emotionally, people who are not available, who are not trying to commit, who are perhaps looking for flings or any other thing to that effect. Have you experienced that? And if so, let's highlight some of the red flags there.
So maybe, Sheila, I get the feeling, I get, where maybe they want the one night stand. But before I answer you, can I tell you just one last incident where I was like, I'm done with this. I'm not going
Yeah.
to do this.
Yeah.
I found this guy, and he's not staying far from me. He stays in Clearwater, so that's like 10 minutes away, right? So I'm like, perfect. Because you also don't want to look for someone who's far, where you're going to think twice for petrol. In this economy, you need to think of everything. Because then if you get this partner, you must think, okay, how are we going to do this? You can't have a partner in Pumalanga and think that you're going to, well, maybe you can. But at that point, for me, I was looking for a partner where, I can have someone. So we chat we chat until this other time says to me, oh no, I've told my aunt about you. And I'm, oh wow. Now I'm excited thinking, oh wow. He even wants to introduce me to his family. This must be the real deal. and then we arrange that I'll come on a Saturday. So I've been taught that when you go visit people, you don't go empty-handed. I went to buy a bottle of wine. I went to buy a box of chocolate and flowers because now I'm meeting the aunt. I don't know if the aunt is someone who's a collector or maybe someone who goes to church, but at least I must have a bit of this because then I can always say to the wine, if you're a collector, if you have visitors, because then I don't want to impose that you are a drunkard, but at least I'm thinking of in case you are a collector. I got there. The guy says to me, my aunt has gone to the shop. Now, I'm invited for breakfast, by the way. So I left my house without eating because I'm going to be fed, you know. This is me in my crazy world. I got there into this big house. Then the guy says, no, let me take you through to the house, okay? So there's a pool and all the works of the room down, you know. Then the aunt comes. Aunt is wearing all black. I think she went to the shops. So I think this guy made me coffee. I think I've asked for coffee because of thinking that food is still coming. The aunt came. The aunt says to me, oh no, so and so has told me about you, but you know, I want to pray for you. I can see why your grandmother is not coming in. Huh? Grandmother not coming in. I see your grandmother is waiting outside. For a moment, I was lost. My grandmother is waiting for me outside. So then she wants me to go to this room, then they can pray, or then she can pray. We went to this room. At that moment, I told myself, I will never. We got to this room. This room looks like a room for a sangoma, kind of. It has got bit of this, bit of that. And we got to sit down, me and this guy, close to each other, holding hands. I promise you, there, how I got away, I still don't know. Then this lady tells me my problems, and then she's like, so we need to do this for you in order for your relationship to be blessed with this. So and so, this so and so, we're holding hands because he's talking to his late father. His late father needs to accept me. And you know, when you're desperate, you believe almost everything. Then I was told that, so in order for these things to be go away, I need the first debt of my house. So I need to clean my house and bring the first debt and the water from my house. Now, I just had a helper on Friday, so you won't find dirt in my house. I'm like, okay. Then I realized that I need to play along here because if I'll come out alive. And breakfast didn't happen, by the way. Yes. Breakfast did not happen. And then from there, I was told that there are celebrities that are coming here, so I need to leave now because those celebrities mustn't see, or I must not see these celebrities. And I left, and I never looked back. The guy tried to call me, I never picked up his phone. Until I was like, no, you need to cut him off because he's keeping your phone busy. And I'm a believer of a universe. So I need to tell the universe that this is not what I thought it is. Therefore, let me release him to other people. I promise you, 2 weeks down the line, I read the story of the same thing where a person has given all her monies to these people because they say, bring your money, we're going to put your money, it's going to multiply. I could have been a scam of that.
Nontle, listen, a crowd and I, because TikTok is currently live, are stunned by your story. It sounds like something from a movie. Hey?
Guys, it's rough out there.
Yeah.
Guys, it's rough out there. Yes, you have no idea. But yeah, that is the story. So at that time, I'm excited. Oh, wow, I got this partner. Now, like, you can understand that, you know, we spoke a Friday, which is the night before the breakfast. And I went to bed smiling because This guy looks like he's got, he knows what he's looking for. His intentions look like, you know, I'm even meeting his aunt. So he has told his aunt about me. Aunt who? Aunt, so then I am telling you now, the aunt was not aunt. The aunt was the person that they're doing this together. It could be the wife for all I know. So what then happens? The aunt, when it's a man, the aunt becomes the girlfriend to this potential person, and this guy will be the uncle. That's how it is. And that's how they scam people.
Nontle,
Because then I realized,
yes, yeah.
that actually the house didn't have much furniture. It was a big house. It could be a rented house for all I know. It could have been a hired house. It could have been anything. But the house did not present itself as a house that people are staying here for a long time. Maybe they just moved in. I don't know. I could be wrong. But for me, if maybe I had a kind of house like that, I wouldn't have offered to show around the house because there was nothing to offer other than a shell with few items of this and that, and that's about it.
Nontle, we are glad that you are safe, firstly. We are glad that nothing happened to you and you managed to escape. And thank you so much for sharing your story, because not only are you shining a light on some of these scams that are happening online, but you're also conscientizing people to look at the context for what it is. Because you said it yourself. It starts off and you're smitten. You
Of course.
impressed. You are told, listen, breakfast is coming your way. You're like, yes, I'm even going to wake up. I'm going to dress up. I'm not going to eat breakfast. I'm going to go over to this gentleman's house. And then it takes a turn for the worst. And in your case, of course, we see some kind of reprieve coming from the context. Let's talk about uh, what are fundamentals that people should be looking out for when talking online? I know you talked about the video call, the fact that AI is now being in use where somebody's face is there and their mouth is not moving or they're not blinking, but they're talking to you. That's some kind of filter. I don't know what caliber filter that is, but that's a real one. When we talk about meeting up, what are some of the red flags that you want to point out? And you're saying, listen, if you're noticing these things, I don't think it's a good idea for you to proceed.
So maybe for me, not the meeting up per se, but I think it's important. So when we take pictures, I'm sure if you take pictures, the background is very important. When it becomes too lashy, too beautiful, then there you should be worried. When they become what like what you perceive as, oh wow, the place has got stairs, like those stairs with palisades and glasses, you should be worried. That's the first for me. For me, that is the first red flag that you should be worried, because a man that has got, or maybe a man that has achieved so much, and yet you say, but why doesn't he have a partner? Is it even him on those pictures? Because Nontle might be showing on pictures because my pictures before my Facebook was not locked. So then people then can have access of your pictures wherever. You are looking for a partner and you don't know that you're looking for a partner because someone is using your pictures. You're not aware that you're single and you're looking for a partner. Someone is using your pictures because you seem as this successful person, so they take your pictures and use them to look for partners. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yo, I am aware. I am aware that they can easily access your profile on social media, use your picture content, put you on a website, and next thing, Shayla's busy looking for a partner on platform X, which is a reality as well. Nontle, we are pressed for time, so I'm going to move on to the success story. You said that there was one individual who changed the game for you. Here's a man who And makes you decide, listen, I'm not going back onto these platforms. And then you meet somebody else. How did you meet them? Because I thought you were canceling these platforms. And secondly, what was different about this man?
Okay. So I think this other, so uh, this partner, I came back home, run about 9ish, and I just log in and I start browsing. So this platform, people are paying. So if the person that you show interest is already paying and you're not paying, then you are able to get the messages. Like you can charge to the person, but one has to be a paying member. So I showed interest on this gentleman. He was a platinum member at the time. And I think within 20 or 30 minutes, he sent a message and greeting me, hi, Nontle. Do you have time to chat? We start chatting. I think we chatted for like an hour. And then from there, he sends his number, right? And then I save his number, and then I sent him a message. I say, you just shared your number with me, and I'm so and so. Can we video call? He's like, sure. And then I made a video call, and I made a joke and say, "Are you decent, for me to do video call with you?" Then he's like, "Oh, you wanted me to wear a suit?" At first, I was like, "Okay, geez," but only to find out he's just joking. So we chatted on that video call for a good 2 hours. Now, this is on a Thursday, and this gentleman on our chat, he's leaving for Germany and Netherlands on Saturday. So if then we keep on chatting without seeing each other, chances of we might still be together are very slim. He then says to me, I would like to see you before I leave because I've been struggling to find partners because no one wants to have a man that is gone for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, up to 2 months because his job is to train. So he does training in in these countries. I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. We can meet tomorrow. He's like, would you do that? I'm like, yes, I was on leave for 2 days and I'm working the weekend. Fine. So we closed the conversation the next day. So normally I'd be the first one to send you a message in the morning because I'm this desperate person, right? I'll be the first one to check you up in the morning. This was different. I don't know why, how. He was the first one to send me a message to check up on me. I'm like, wow. Then gives me feedback. That's collecting my visa. Within 20 minutes, he sends me because he asked, where would you like us to meet? I said, Mall of Africa. He says in Pretoria. I'm saying in Joburg North. So I said, let's meet in Mall of Africa. He sends me reservation for 6 o'clock at this place. I'm like, wow. I started to be nervous and panicking because I've never experienced such a man leading. I'm like, okay. Then I started to panic. What am I going to wear? Because now I have no idea. That day, then I went on a date. When I got to a date, he had a bunch of roses for me and a box of chocolate. He said, I didn't know what to bring you on the first date. For me, that alone, that was enough. He went to the door to collect me. As I was talking to the person, I'm meeting so and so, he went to the door to collect me, took me to the table, and we got there at 6 o'clock, Sheila. We left just after 11. I don't know what we're talking about, but we left just after 11. The cars were already gone. Then he sends me a location and says, this is my place. I am home safe. Good night. We'll talk tomorrow. Tomorrow, we check each other. He wants to bring me lunch. I said, no, don't bring me lunch because you haven't finished packing because you're leaving today, which is Saturday. Don't bring me lunch. Maybe I can meet you at the airport. Now, there I need to check, is he for real? Is he really going to where he says he's going? And also, if then he's going, then I'm able to say him off and say, travel safe. I promise you, he's like, would you do that? Really? I'm like, yes. He's like, okay. Now, I'm wearing the same clothes that I was wearing yesterday because I was semi-formal. I have to go home and go change because I'm knocking off at 7 and then drove off to the airport. My cousin says to me, get him something, just show him that sometimes it's not just only men that they must get to something. Oh, by the way, I forgot something. Before he paid for the bill, he asked me if I would like a bottle of wine to take home. I said to him, no, don't worry. I've got enough alcohol at home. That alone, I was like, wow. So I said, no, it's okay. I've got enough alcohol. I got to the airport, so you got to pick up by a shuttle. So I got to the airport. I'm like, I'm here. Then I went to Woolworths to buy thermal vest because it's going to a country that is cold and it's winter there. I promise you, his face, he couldn't believe. He said, let's meet at KLM. I am flying with KLM. And he's like, I've never been seen off. I've never. So I said, no, I just want Nando's. He said, I've never been on this side. I've been traveling for the past 12 years. No one has ever taken me to the airport or seen me off. I've never sit down. I check in, I go to the lounge, and then that's it. As if that was not enough. On Monday, I got a call, say, Sis Nontle, come and sign, there's a parcel for you. A bunch of roses with a beautiful message.
Nontle, it sounds like you are living the life. We are listening to your story, and for us who are still singletons, we're like, yo, when is our time coming? When is it coming? But what we love for you is that you are finding true love, and you're finding somebody that can appreciate you for you as you do them. And Nontle, just to get context, how long has the relationship been relationshiping?
It's been 3 months now.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And is it growing stronger?
So Sunday was my birthday. On Friday, I was at home. I got a call from the gate. There's a parcel for you. He's like, I don't know what to get you, but so I think his signature is Ferrero Rocher and roses. So Net Forest was here to deliver Ferrero Rocher and roses for me and the beautiful card for my birthday. That will be on Sunday. It got delivered on Friday because then he has traveled again.
Ma'am, we want nothing but the best for you. We want you to enjoy life to the fullest. We hope that this indeed is that lucky lock, and that you find yourself in that happily ever after state. And Nontle, thank you so much for joining us on the show this evening.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Have a good evening.
The voice there of Nontle Somdaka sharing with us her personal experience with respect to finding love online, the red flags that one ought to look out for, which are proving to be far more dangerous than I thought. Like the fact that you need to be clear and cognizant that people are using AI to fake persons speaking to you via video call. And so if you cannot recognize a deep fake, this becomes problematic. 3 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time, while you go Google deep fakes and all these other things that AI can integrate into a video call, let's get some music.